Hello, every person on the internet. We love your arms.
I'm just going to leave that in the intro.
Yeah, I don't care.
Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous. Welcome for the first time. If it's your first time joining us, I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition. I'll have some announcements and a recap for all of you, but before we dive into all of that, Nick, would you go ahead and start off some player introductions?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash with Tabaxi's Sunsoul Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I play Lady Elwyn Amalos, who is an elvish circle of the land druid.
Hello, I'm Melissa, and I play Tuppy, who's a pixie bard.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armor Artificer.
Thank you, everyone. So we premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, custom monsters, custom lineages, custom everything, so be aware of that as you're watching. The character portraits and other various art assets were done by a variety of artists. The information for all of that can be found in the description, so if you see something that looks cool to you, check there and go check out those artists, because they're all great. If you need a refresher on what's going on in the campaign, we have a campaign wiki at World Anvil, and I just got the story so far page up to date after a long time, so that's a good place to get caught up quick if you want to know what's going on. Other than that, you can check the video description for links and information to everything I just mentioned and more, including some links to Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate resources. You can also follow us on co-host at Antiheroes. And finally, we just hope you enjoy the show, share with your friends, and come back to watch some more. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and roll the intro video. Welcome back. Previously, on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers have infiltrated Greymantle Penitentiary on a mission to free Basil Oranglass, Vert's father and the deposed King of Bogma. The plan is going smoothly, after a rough start. Tuppence freed Adrex S-Tier, the Silvered Seneschal, while the rest of the party dismantled the prison's magical and physical defenses down below. Now, though, they've come to the secured chamber where they believe Basil would be held, only to find little more there than a magic mirror. In trying to free their target, however, Embers accidentally ended up getting Vert and Elwyn sucked into the mirror as well, where an unknown fate awaits them.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. And so we are going to pick up today's episode right there. I don't know. I was waiting for a good point in the theme. That's
It's
like
like
a
how
good
we
one.
split the party. This is our lives now.
That's what you always want to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideal strategy.
Always
Yeah.
the first thing on the list.
I do think we will start with Elwyn and Vert.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Elwyn, there's that instant where you feel yourself being pulled by the magic of the mirror towards it. You can feel your the very essence of yourself rushing towards the mirror. And you hold your staff out and dig it into the ground and try to resist, but you can feel it's pulling you even harder than that. And you have that opportunity where you think to yourself, with the Weaver's power in this staff, the Weaver's power that's been granted to you, you know you could resist the effect and save yourself. But you look over and you see, as if time has slowed down, Vert being pulled in as well. And without a staff or a god to hold on to, there's no hope that he isn't not going to be sucked into this mirror. And so you willingly make that choice to allow yourself to be pulled into it. space warps and distorts around both of you. And as you're looking over at each other and your eyes kind of lock, there's a moment where you're both looking at each other, but then you can feel a wrenching and a pulling apart, as if you're being whisked along like a vast circular line in opposite directions. And when your vision finally comes to a still, you find yourselves standing in a space with a smooth, gray, rocky stone ground. Almost without blemish. It's just like a perfectly flat, perfectly smooth stone ground. And the ground is covered with this low mist that kind of clings along your feet. And as you kind of get your bearings, you notice that now that you've settled into this place, there are these roiling banks of fog surrounding you on the sides as well.
Do we see each other?
Can both of you make perception checks?
Superior dark vision.
It's not going to help you here.
I failed.
The space isn't dark. It's just... In fact, there does seem to be like some strange ambient gray light. It's just misty and foggy.
23.
And what did Bert get?
8.
Bert, as you look to your left and right, you can see nothing beyond the fog. It just feels like you are in almost like a chamber built of it. Like there's no fog directly touching you other than the low mist that curls around your feet. But it's almost as if you're surrounded by walls of it, banks of it that form these steep walls rising up over and around you.
Do I still have any connection to the wind nexus?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'm going to say that it got pulled in here with you. So you look down around you and you see the construct that houses the wind nexus and is kind of subjugated by Nyadon's consciousness.
Okay. So I look down at Nyadon, see that they're still next to me, and then I call out for Elwyn. Elwyn!
Elwyn, you can't hear that. But as you look around, you see you find yourself in like a similar chamber of fog and mist. But as you look around, you can discern shapes off to your left and right, and slightly back, almost as if the three of you, like the shape on your left and the shape on your right, form the wide arc of a circle. Not a full circle, but the three of you form like part of a circle. Yeah.
How far away are these?
As you
shadows?
try and measure the distance with your perception check, it's weird. At once they seem very close to you and very far apart. But as you are looking in their direction, you can see what seems to be the heads of these shadowy figures in the mist turn in your direction as well.
I'm just gonna say, hello, Vert, Basil. Is anyone here?
The one on your left kind of turns fully in your direction. And it's a humanoid form to an extent as you're peering through the fog. But it seems larger. Not to the extent of like a giant who's like 20 or 30 feet tall, but I don't know, maybe like a 10-foot tall or so humanoid form. And the strangest thing about it is you can see the shadowy form of it up to about, or down to about the waist, and then it almost seems as if it has no body below that point. And a voice calls back to you. What exactly did you say you called for?
I said, hello, Bert, Basil, is anyone here?
The voice calls back and says, now I do think that Basil is here, but he won't be able to hear you. Never heard of this Bert, though.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
No?
But it is...
Where's it coming?
Kind of directionally, like I said, to the left of you. Like
Okay.
it does seem to...
To be coming
Though
from...
distance seems weird, it echoes from that same direction. And the voice itself has kind of like an airy musical quality to it.
Would you allow me to use shape water to clear some of the mist away?
You reach out with your druidic power, which does seem to be working in here. You can feel the magic rise to your call. There's no natural water here for you to manipulate. That's not what this is.
Okay, then I'll just say, may I ask who I have the pleasure of speaking to then?
You may ask that. And as the voice says that, another voice calls from your right side. And it's a lower masculine voice, and it says, oh, quit playing with the newbie, Najila. You're so tiresome.
Hello, are you imprisoned in here too?
Najila, the feminine voice from the left, laughs. Yes, we're all imprisoned in here with you, darling. Oh, isn't she cute, Lausian? And he just kind of, the voice that you now know is Lausian, kind of just groans, like, ugh, in frustration. Leave me out of your games, Najila. I don't want any part of it. And as you look to that form, unlike the one to your left, you can see like a full humanoid form. The features are obscured, so you know what lineage this person might be of. It's hard to tell. Though, roll an insight check.
I was gonna ask to do that anyway.
He does seem to be like a normal medium humanoid size, and you can see the shadow of the legs as well. So like that's not a thing for this person. Yeah.
Natural 20! You can tell because
I can see the rainbow happen.
30!
There's something in the voice that bothers you for a minute, and it clicks for you very quickly.
Lausian's voice?
Lausian's voice. He sounds a lot like there's something to like maybe the accent or like cadence of his words that sounds like the drow of erudition. You think this is a drow man?
Okay. I also wanted to roll insight to see if they were at all hostile or if they were just...
We'll maintain your natural 20. It doesn't seem like there's any hostility here other than the fact that Lausian seems very frustrated by Najila.
You know Basil then, I take it?
Oh, well, word gets around the prison. Haven't spoken to him myself, but I believe he's still in here.
How big is this place?
Oh, concepts of space and size don't fully apply within this mirror of life trapping.
Do you know how many people are in here?
People? How do you define people?
How many individual personalities or souls?
Well, you came in with another, I thought, perhaps.
I did, yes.
And I think we're at a full 12.
Let's see. That's the same number of meals that were brought down to the high security area, wasn't it?
Yes.
He has to hide his mouth behind his teacup. So not to give anything away.
Tuppence did see those getting distributed to
Yeah.
other prisoners, though.
I know.
Some of them at least. But she
Yeah, she didn't see
Well,
all
wait.
of them, but-
Yeah, that's true.
Bloody that way.
Do you know how I might go about locating someone in here? Do you know where my companion went?
She kind of sighs and says, "Oh, I think he's far on the other side. I don't think there's any chance you'll hear from him, but if you can get the others to cooperate, you might be able to pass a message."
Cooperate? How, what do you mean?
We can only really hear those who are immediately next to us, you see.
So it's not possible to travel through here?
You're certainly welcome to try. But if it were that simple, I think more of us would do it.
See.
It gets a bit lonely otherwise.
I see. Would you be willing to help me? It might mean finding a way to get everyone out of here.
She, you can see the shadowy form leans forward as you say that and says, "Oh, I'm willing to help if indeed there is a means to escape here. If you can get me out, and what's more, get me free of..." And she holds up her arms, which had kind of been down at her sides, and you can see from the shadowy form visible through the fog, she seems to be manacled. "If you can get me out of here and free of these, I do reward those who help me."
Well, we just happen to be in the market for allies. I need to find Basil Oranglass.
"So you said. I can pass a message to Zirkov, and if she's willing to cooperate, she can pass one to Trevnir. And Trevnir is next to Basil.
Then please, by all means.
Zirkov is rarely cooperative, though. Isn't that right, Zirkov?" And you can't hear anything, but after a moment she says, "That's what I thought."
We have...
Zekroff, sorry, I had the R in the wrong spot. Zekroff.
Well, the only thing I can ask is that you pass on the same promise to everyone down the chain. We have friends on
You're
the other
willing
side
to
of the mirror.
let everyone out of here?
If that's the cost.
Very well, I'll pass it along. And you can hear her go and start talking to this Zekroff person who is next to her. You can't hear any of the responses, but it is an argument that ensues. And she says things like, "No, I'm not trying to mess with you. Why would I do that?" "Yes, it's true I've done that before." "Well, because it's very fun." "Well, there are not many fun things to do in here. What else am I supposed to do?" We're getting off topic. And this goes on for a while. Meanwhile, you called out
for Elwyn.
for Elwyn. A voice comes from to your right. And it's like from out of the fog bank, same as Elwyn is experiencing. However, with your perception check, you can see no form to attach to this voice. And it's kind of this like rattling, dry voice, and it says, "Ah, a new friend. Welcome."
Hello there.
Who might you be?
Grim Greymantle.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I'm smiling, but he probably can't see that. So,
But seemed to realize you were
yeah.
not telling the truth there.
Normally, you offer your own name first.
My name would be of little consequence to someone such as yourself. From what I understand, it's been millennia since my name was worth anything.
Yeah, try me.
Izur.
Either way. And immediately look at my head on. Yeah, is that naming ability? Also, can I roll like a history check?
Yeah, roll a
Myself?
history check.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Roll one for Nidon too.
Real good. Luckily, history, I can use my intelligence, so... That is still a 13. But,
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Nidon rumbles and says, this name rings a bell.
what was the name? Izur?
Izur. But it strikes me as one I know from history, from beyond my time. Considerable ages ago, as that was.
So then I'll respond, indeed, a name lost to time. I can't seem to recall.
As I said.
Well, we are in the middle of trying to get a certain someone out of whatever this is.
The voice responds, I think you will have much difficulty with that endeavor. Many of us have been trapped in here for longer than you can possibly fathom. This is your new reality. You best accept it.
Well, we have allies on the outside right now.
The voice is quiet for a while, as I was just now.
Can I sort of pinpoint where it's coming from? with
Yeah,
this
it's coming.
conversation?
It's coming from off to your. Did I say left? I think I said left for you as well.
Okay.
Did I say right? Oh, it's coming from off to your right, and
Okay.
as with Elwyn, it's a little bit off from you, as if you're on like kind of a diagonal to it.
Can I use the wind nexus and use the leaf blower mechanism of Nihedon to use gust of wind in that direction to see if I can clear out some of the mist and get
Yeah,
a more clear
and-
shot at this figure?
As the gust of wind goes out, it does work. Like the wind
Yeah.
is summoned, but it doesn't affect the fog at all.
So the mist is just totally just stays where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't approach, or if I try to approach nothing, I don't actually get closer to this
Yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Like you
Nihedon-
can
does Nihedon have
walk
the same
for a while.
restrictions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You and Nidon can like walk or fly, as it might be, for a little while, and you don't seem to make any progress left or right or forward,
I see.
or even
Okay.
up or down. Really.
Okay.
But yeah, the voice pauses for a long while and then says, if you have friends out there, they're not likely to be out there for very long.
What do you mean?
I mean, death visits those who test the defenses of this place.
True, it has a pretty good track record, but I think we've come a lot further than many others at this point, so I have faith in our chances.
The voice just kind of scoffs. Faith. Useless. And at that, you hear the sound of, from your other side, shuffling of movement. Just like a quick shuffling of movement. And then more silence from that direction.
Who's there?
The voice comes back from your right. It won't do any good talking to that one. They lost their mind long ago.
Oh. I see.
They've been in here nearly as long as I have,
And that's thousands of years?
at least.
Well, if I could somehow call you an ally, maybe we could work together to get everyone out of here, or some of us.
Yeah, the voice just kind of replies, if there's a way that you have to escape from here and can bring me with you, very well, call me an ally.
Yeah, let's say... Well, it seems like we might have the grounds to negotiate on. You help me get what I want, maybe we'll get you out.
And what is it that you want?
I'm looking for someone. Basil.
I know this name. Perhaps 4 cells down.
Well, with distance not really being a concept here, that doesn't really help me, but...
The closest path to pass a message would be to go through our insane friend to your other side.
I see.
As I mentioned, that's not an option.
Tell me this, do you know how the, what command words the speaker uses to get particular people out of this mirror?
The voice just replies, no. And even if I did, it wouldn't help from the inside.
Well, like I said, if my friends pull me out, then I can use that idea.
Well, unfortunately, I can't help in that regard. And as for getting you into contact with this Basil, the only direction I could possibly send a message is through Alen'dal, and he hates me, so...
Well, I mean, I guess give them the same offer I gave you and see if that changes their tune.
I can try.
This might be the only shot you have for another 1,000 years.
Okay. Elwyn, you were trying to send a message over to Basil, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like Najila finally gets Zycroft on board. And she comes back to you and says, all right, I've got Zycroft willing, and Hrevnir's usually... Well, Hrevnir's Hrevnir, but I think he'll cooperate.
Do we know that name?
You want to roll a history check?
Sounds like a giant name.
It does sound like a giant name. I wasn't thinking like the character,
Yeah.
but I was thinking us as
Yeah, yeah.
No, as players, you've never heard this
as
name.
meta knowledge for here.
Sounds like a frost giant.
It does sound like a cross giant name. I mean, maybe, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to roll a history check on any of these names to see, because I've been alive for 120 years.
You've heard Najila, you've heard Lausian, you've heard Zycroft, you've heard Hrevnir.
Yeah. Can I just roll one, like, blanket history check for
Sure.
all of them, just generically?
I already rolled history, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
But did you use your intelligence?
I did, and I still embarrassed myself.
18.
18. And you don't have any bonuses? Or was that with the bonus?
That was with the bonus, yeah.
Each one of these, I'll give you one of them. I just gotta think of which one you might have heard of. I'll give, I think maybe... I think probably Hrevnir is the way to go.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
It wouldn't have been the drow.
No, because Elwyn, despite being half drow, was
Don't
not...
know much about the drow.
Yeah, does not know much about them. That's kind of part of the mission.
That's part of the, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Hrevnir, as you know it, was indeed a frost giant from a long, long time ago. You know that the frost giants came to the land that is now the Iron Republic supposedly came to the Iron Republic via a land bridge that no longer exists between the two continents. And you know that the intent was basically to flee from the dragons who had arrived in the land from elsewhere. Not all of the giants wanted to flee. Some of them wanted to stay and seek glory. One such giant that you've read of in history books, especially since Alvaria has its connection to giants and giant history. One such giant was Hrevnir, and he was known for leading a rebellion against his Jarl. And he basically did so by reaching out to elemental powers and forsaking the giant gods in favor of gifted magic from some great elemental of water and ice. Yeah, and even more interesting, you believe he was involved in the battle where the dragon Sergil was slain. And you've seen Sergil's bones in Twin Towns.
And yet, he's imprisoned here.
Assuming it's the same guy.
Powerful prisoners here.
Yeah, you come to realize you are in the presence now of the Empire's greatest enemies.
Yep.
10 of them.
Definitely, potentially our greatest allies.
Mm-hmm.
Against me.
If you can get them out of here.
Yeah. Okay, so Najila said...
Najila said that Zykrov is on board and that Hrevnir is usually amenable to passing messages. And so she says, what kind of message are we passing to this Basil?
Tell him that his son is here to get him out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were a woman.
That's the message.
All right. And you can hear her convey that message to Zykrov, and and then assuming that goes off through Hrevnir, there is a little bit of a wait though.
Yeah. I think while we're waiting, I'll look at Lausian.
Mm-hmm.
Say, if we can get everyone out, you're on the list too. Lausian, was it?
Yes, Lausian is my name.
Forgive me if I'm presuming anything, but your accent sounds similar to those who I've met that live in the Underdark.
You can see the shadowy form kind of nods its head almost solemnly, and he says, yes, I once did call the tunnels of the Underdark my home, but it has been many years since I left.
How has the Empire wronged you?
My queen sent me to assassinate the Emperor, and I failed.
I see. May I ask who your queen is?
She's certain to be long dead by now, so it hardly matters, but I once dwelled in a place called Numera.
Well, that's a coincidence. I'm headed there myself. Once we're out of here. Eventually.
He kind of nods in your direction and says, "Then I pray you do get out of here, and that you find Lumera safe and well."
How long have you been in here?
He shakes his head. "No way to know, really. It's been a long time, though."
You didn't happen to meet anyone named Alen'dal, did you?
I should have known to check that. I need to check my... Hold on, give me a second. I need to check my timeline for Elentari's movements, because I have a timeline of them.
Please pardon our math.
Hold on just a second. I don't know how I didn't foresee
planned
this
for
question.
Oh, he's using a point. Okay. I like it. That's resourceful.
Have somewhere in one of my notes a timeline of where Elentari has
I
been.
did give you inspiration because of the obsidian
Speaking
note
of
that
which,
you
who's
made.
starting
I've
with
got it.
You got it?
It might just be my world's note here. Oops. Let's see. Oh, it's not in this one. Where is it?
Do, 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 do. Oh, I see.
Oh, here it is. No, this isn't it. Never mind. Never mind. False alarm. Don't want to go off memory and be wrong.
You have to change everything. What you say now is canon forever.
I know, that's the problem. It's so scary. Oh. Okay. He shakes his head and says, "This name holds no meaning to me."
Yeah, I figured it was a long shot.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I couldn't be of help.
No, well, if we make it out of this, I'd like to pick your brain about Lumera a little bit.
If you can get me out under the open sky again, I'll tell you anything you want to know about my home.
I'd like that.
Then he kind of goes silent.
Yeah.
In fact, he kind of sits down and like holds his knees against himself.
I think Ellen would probably also sit while she waits.
Is there anything else that Bert wants to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a quick mental chat with Nihedon, I think.
Okay.
And let's see. If what they spoke was true and they've been trapped here for thousands of years, maybe promising them an escape is a little too dangerous, don't you think?
It's possible that there are entities in here that it is dangerous to promise anything to. On the other hand, these individuals are undoubtedly uniformly powerful
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
and certain to have grudges against the Emperor.
I know. I'm almost willing to take the gamble if given the opportunity of giving the Empire a large dose of chaos.
You can feel Naiadon's pleasure at that idea.
Do my teeth also feel?
No, but Naiadon is
Yeah.
definitely in agreement that the risk outweighs the reward outweighs the risk. in
Right,
this case.
yeah. I think we're kind of unified now. I'm like, if there is some way that I can ensure our group's safety, then I'd be willing to do it.
Unless you have anything else you wanted to.
Yeah, I guess did I forgot their name? Or what's the
Izur.
Izor? What did they ever get back to me on, or did they have anything to say about we're passing the message down, or they're willing to cooperate?
Yeah, you could probably hear sounds of Izur whispering to someone. You might not necessarily actually hear what is said, but it doesn't sound like that conversation goes well, and it cuts off pretty quickly, and then Izur doesn't say anything back to you.
Okay, so and then the other person, the other entity is just
well, you haven't tried talking
okay.
to them. But
I said, "Who are you?" And then Izur said, "Don't worry about them."
Yep. But you haven't actually
okay
made much of an effort to try and talk to them.
I guess after Izur kind of goes silent, then I will reach out to that other person. Big. Excuse me, you.
Just reading through this person's history again really quick.
And you're crazy.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
You can't see a form in the mist because you did poorly on perception.
Sure did.
But you can see when you speak in that direction, a pair of eyes turns in your direction, and these eyes burn like fiery coals in the mist.
Okay.
And a voice just says, trapped in the mirror forever. The mists go on. I need to escape. He needs to know.
Who needs to know? We're trying to escape too. We might make it out.
Stratos, his effort is doomed. He needs to know.
What does Stratos need to know?
He needs to know. It's not safe. He is doomed. We're all doomed. I am taken into the mirror. The mists.
What's your name?
Name. I had one once.
Are you a friend of Stratos? Are you... What's happening here?
Stratos. Yes. Yes, he's doomed. The danger. Will you warn him?
Yes.
Good.
Tell me what it is.
Rubern.
What is it?
Rubern will swallow him.
Rubern?
Swallow him whole.
Rubren.
Rubren. Is that?
That's Emperor Stratos' red dragon.
Huh. Interesting.
It's also the capital city of the empire, I think.
Rub Holth.
Rubble.
Yeah, but named after Rubern. So.
Why is this? Why would you say that? Aren't they allies?
Allies. No. No. They fought many times. We all fought. How long ago was that? Yesterday? No. The mists.
I see. Okay. Oh boy. I'll just try one more thing then. Be like, if you want to escape, you must help me. You can tell them the message together.
Escape. Yes. Yes, we must escape. And once we are out of here, we will tell him, and he will be safe.
Yes. Send a message
I tried.
to your neighbors.
I tried to send a message. I was intercepted. In the mirror.
I love this guy.
In the mirror.
Okay, so I'm going to probably just deduce that he's a little too crazy to help us. To actually
No shit.
have concrete thought enough to help us.
Yeah, no message is getting passed through this
Yeah, that's
person.
okay. That's okay.
The chain of thought just switches too quickly.
Yes. So he's like a goldfish.
And it's caught in loops.
He's like a burning-eyed goldfish.
Mm-hmm. But those, the burning eyes only blinked once or twice in all the time you were talking, and the eyelids didn't close up and down, they closed left and right.
So they're like a lizard person or something?
Who knows?
Okay.
You failed that perception check.
I failed every check so far. So the dice do not love me right now. Yeah, okay. If the other person doesn't get back to me, then I'll wait for her to get pulled out.
Embers of White Ash. You spoke 2 command words,
Yeah.
and on the second one, your friends got sucked into this mirror.
Yeah.
Only you and Tuppence remain outside.
Yeah.
What do the 2 of you want to do?
Shit. What happened? What did I do wrong?
This is so freaky. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? They're in there.
Adrix, close the door.
You hear a muffled groan from Adrix's direction.
What?
As you turn around,
Oh, no.
you see that Adrix is held in the grip of one of those golem constructs,
No.
and they're standing flanking the door, 2 of them.
Okay.
And standing in between them, great sword plunged into the ground on the ledge, is Erias Greymantle.
Oh, no.
And he looks across at you and he says, "You've signed your death warrant, Sergeant. I hope you know that."
I'm not gonna die in this prison.
You just might. Now, if you have a chance, if you start talking, you have a chance your life can still be long, if not pleasant. Who are you working for? How did the insurgency get to you?
Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to take a gamble here. We're still on the influence of pixie dust, right?
Yeah, I think it lasts
An hour, I think.
an hour.
Yeah.
What? Thank you.
If you want to, you can show Roll20 and I will...
Yep.
Just so people can see the room again.
Mm-hmm.
We should be on the right map now.
Oh, yeah.
So you and Erias kind of stand across this gulf, and there is kind of a shimmering bridge of light magic in between you and your platform, and him and his platform.
Did you ever show Arias's token?
I didn't. It's not actually like a picture of him.
Okay.
It's just a dwarf I found.
I see.
I got one back first.
That's the
Ooh.
token I found for Erias, but
Okay.
it's not actually like
Yeah.
1-to-1 him.
Alright. I think Embers is going to like square up and get in the combat stance. So if you want that information, Arias, you'll have to beat it out of me.
A wicked smile crosses his face.
Alright.
And
No,
he says,
I'm
"You asked for it."
holding an action.
Okay. Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh boy.
We can have everyone roll initiative, just in case something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I?
Here we go.
$27.
Hold on to him just for a second. I need
No,
to
I was
find...
asking if Melissa got.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, of course you did.
Uh-oh.
I almost did.
That doesn't do anything for initiative, so
Yeah, it's a waste of a 20.
I know.
Yeah.
Should give you like
Actually, it's
sneak, like
important sometimes.
sneak
Okay.
attack or sneak something. I don't know.
Did I get to hold my action before the initiative went off?
Well, yeah, what were you holding it for? Like, what was your trigger?
It's written on this card.
Oh my god.
Can someone hand me that card?
Sorry.
Don't. You don't get to read it
Oh, I don't... What's the point then?
because if it happens, then I will tell you what it is.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
I don't want you to know the plan. That's why I wrote it on the card.
I see. I thought now was the point I could look at the
No.
card. My bad. I didn't read it though.
I mistake.
All right, Embers, what was your initiative?
9.
And Elwyn,
10.
did you get 11, Vert?
Nope, I got 8.
Oh, other direction.
I got the other one.
Other
Tuppence?
direction.
Yeah.
23.
23. And then I'll auto roll
Naturally.
everything else. Okay. Tuppence, you are the first to act as I switch the music.
Congratulations.
What do you want to do as this battle looks inevitable?
Okay, so I'm gonna hold an action to see what Embers does first, and I will hold an action to cast a spell.
So after Embers acts, you will cast a spell. Okay. These defenders. Next.
So they got out of the hole.
This is the other two. There were 4
okay.
total. The other ones are still stuck in.
Great.
They have some iron bands they're gonna throw. Assuming you guys are in range. Let's see. Within 60 feet. You should be within 60.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, 55. So can each of you... Oh, I need to make a
It's an attack roll.
ranged attack against both. Okay. Luckily, they don't have a super high dexterity bonus. So... 2 misses. They throw these iron bands towards the two of you, but the distance is so great, and they just go soaring down into the
I have a
abyss.
question. These kind of projectiles,
Yes.
can you snatch it out of the air?
Only if they hit, and I did think of that, and that was my plan.
Okay.
And I would allow that
Yeah,
to,
that would have been my
to work.
reaction.
Okay. Alright.
Which means hold action. But not.
That's true.
Arias' turn.
I'm so scared.
Arias reaches into his tunic,
Mhm.
into his, well, I guess maybe more like the pocket of his cloak, and pulls out a vial. And the vial brims with an glowing orange liquid. And he gives you this wicked glare and jams it into his neck and pushes, injecting that orange liquid into his neck.
hmm
And then you can see this orange light build in his throat, and he rears back his head and breathes fire.
Oh my god.
Ignis's breath comes out of Arias' mouth. Let me find the information about that. Can both of you make a dexterity saving throw?
Has a 27 to it.
That's a pass.
15.
That's not a pass. Embers, you have evasion now,
I
right?
do have evasion now.
How do you evade this damage entirely?
Oh my god.
I think I like flip up and up to the top of the mirror.
You can kind of use it as like a shield. Cool. Tuppence, as he breathes, this hot breath of like scalding cinders. It's not like fire itself, it's like a swarm of these burning, searing cinders erupts from his mouth. You take 44 fire damage. And now we need to see if he takes damage too, because he's not a dragon.
Yep, I left.
Did you have temp HP?
I don't show any.
Okay.
Unless it reset.
I don't remember who I gave it to, because I have temp HP, so
I
I things
also
are used.
have some.
I have some temp HP.
Okay, so maybe it was just the 3 of us?
You see that when he breathes, his entire body glows with this powerful fire. But he kind of, as he's breathing, he like throws off his polar bear cloak, and you can see a bit more of his body, and it is like scarred with burns, and he seems to shrug off the heat from this fire that he just breathed from his mouth.
Okay.
That's his turn. Elwyn, you're in a mirror.
Yep.
Embers.
Just Elwyn thing.
Let's see. I guess well, Tuppence is gonna get to move again before any of that happens. I think I would just tell Tuppence to hide behind the mirror. But I'm not gonna, like, drag you there. Then I'm going to spend a key point to use patient defense, which I think is lets me dodge the bonus action. And I'm going to hold an action and just kind of just
Same thing.
Yeah, just like, all right, and just like kind of just like showing off that you're like that didn't do anything to me. You're gonna have to try harder than that.
All right. Vert is still in the mirror. Tuppence. Embers had her turn, so you would have had a chance to use your held action, and then your turn comes around again after that.
My held action is to cast Tiny Hut.
Tiny Hut?
I'm going to cast it, like she said, behind the mirror.
Let me just make sure it can be done as an action.
Yeah,
this is one that I think
action.
might take time.
Casting time. Say.
Yeah, casting time 1 minute.
Oh yeah, it's not a combat spell.
Oh, okay.
That would have been
Dang,
great,
dang.
though.
Okay, how can I protect myself? Well, then I'll cast Bane on Arias.
You wanna? You can hit the stone defenders too if you want.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a charisma saving throw for each of them.
Yes. And DC is 16.
Arias fails.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited. I might re-roll it. Stone Golem failed. You said the DC was
16.
16? Oh. The Stone Golem rolled a 16, but has a -5. So the Stone Golems all fail too.
Yeah, they can't succeed. I don't think.
No, they can't, can they? Okay, let me just mark them on the map. I think I will spend one of Arias's uses of Indomitable to re-roll.
Yeah.
Natural 20. Arias passes. Dang it. And then your turn comes around again.
Okay. Then I think I'm going to make myself invisible again.
Well, you're concentrating on Bane now,
Oh, that's a concentration spell. That is?
right?
Yep.
Did the soldiers fail?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
That's right. Yeah, Bane is concentration.
Bane is concentration. Alright, so then I can...
Embers did tell you to get behind the mirror.
Yep, I will. I'll move behind the mirror.
Do you want to take any action, though?
And I will hold an action if somebody gets close to attack, a weapon attack.
Okay. Clockwork Stone Defender's turns come around. Let's see. What's their speed? They'll dash.
I have a question.
Yep.
So, I was thinking about this in the car, actually. Can I hold an action while in the mirror?
Yes,
Okay.
you're just a little bit unaware of what's going on.
I guess, because I was expecting, when we got pulled in, that we would just get pulled out pretty quickly after. So I'm like, okay, I guess ready for something. So, that's the trigger.
If
If I get pulled out,
okay,
then I will do something.
sounds good. The two stone defenders step out onto the bridge of light connecting the two platforms, dragging Adrix with them.
No.
Okay. And then Erias follows. And is there anything else he wants to do with his turn?
He's just leaving.
He steps out onto the bridge of light as well with his
Oh,
stone
they're
defenders.
coming onto the bridge of light. Sorry, I thought they were going in the other direction for some reason.
And he's also going to roll some iron bands at Embers.
Yeah, that's why I need them.
Were you going to plan to drop them?
Yeah, read the card.
Erias walks 10 feet onto the bridge into the... Yeah, okay. I mean, that would have been smart, but I did actually think of that.
Yep.
Okay. What was I about to do? Oh, yes, I was going to roll bands from Erias. Plus dexterity, plus proficiency. Does a 20 hit Embers?
Did you roll at disadvantage?
He's not baned.
No.
Oh, but you took
I'm-
patient defense.
I'm
That's
just
right. It's higher, so 20.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and use my reaction, now that I'm not going to use it on that, to try and catch this.
Yeah, let's read how that works. I think you should be able to stop it. What is the name of that?
Missile snare or something?
yeah.
Right?
Deflect missiles.
Okay. Hit by a ranged weapon attack, which this counts as. There's no damage associated with it, so it's automatically reduced to 0, so you can catch it. You can also spend another key point to make a ranged attack if you want.
Yeah, let's try and throw it back at him.
Okay, make that ranged attack.
Yeah.
Glad I have, I do have inspiration.
Give inspiration.
Does a 15 probably not?
15 would miss.
Okay. I'm going to use it inspiration. Because this would be cool if it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was natural.
Do you have bardic inspiration or anything?
I don't think we've set that up.
Okay.
We would have
I would
to.
have had to say that before.
Okay.
So those bands go clattering down into the abyss as well. And Erias just kind of looks at you and gives a smile and says, "Oh, I'm going to enjoy tearing you limb from limb, Sergeant." Elwyn Embers.
Okay. Alright. My options here.
And we'll get back to those of you in the mirror after this round, I think.
That's fine.
Worries.
We just got to the point where I needed to know if you were
Yeah.
released pretty quickly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I there's no way I could. Yeah, I don't think I don't know the command word. Because I feel like the third command word is either going to release you or drop this bridge, because there has to be some command word to do that.
I figured that the first command word would be toggle on off.
Oh, you think so?
Could be.
Could be. But I'm not prepared to risk it with Adrix there.
Okay.
Adrix is a small creature right now, right?
Medium.
Medium.
But he took the shrimping potion.
Yeah, he is. He did trick the shrimp.
Oh, that's right. Then
Yeah.
yeah, he's small. And I rolled for hours, and it was like 4 hours. So yeah, he's going to be small for a while.
And he's being held by one of the
The stone defenders.
stone defenders.
guess I could be trying to break out for him each round. I'll give him an attempt at it, even though he's not very strong.
I'm not very strong either, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to arrest him away from them.
This is what I was talking about, where it's like, tonight it's going to be very dangerous, but also room for opportunity.
Yeah. How did he do? Badly, I assume.
Oh, well, were you waiting on him to do something?
You said you were gonna give him a chance to try and escape.
Oh, I was going to do that when the golem comes around again.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The defenders. Though I guess I'll give him one for last round. We'll do that real quick. Strength of -1, roll to 6. Does not work. Yeah.
Okay. Embers is going to make 2 Sunbolt attacks against one of the stone defenders.
Okay. Do you want to do the one that's got Erias or the other one? That's got
the one that's
Adric?
got Ajax, yeah. Okay. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit, but as your Sunbolt goes to strike into this stone defender, the other stone defender and it coordinate their movements, and they kind of slam their stone shield walls together and form this impenetrable wall, and the Sunbolt dissipates against it. It raised the other one raised the one you attacked's AC against that attack.
Does a what is it, 17?
Yep.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it no longer has a reaction to block it.
Okay. Alright, so I get to roll. Alright, that does 10 radiant damage. And then I'm going to briefly step forward and use my bonus action to cast Burning Hands against the 2 leading stone defenders.
Okay. So that's a dex save from them?
Yeah, and they've got Bane.
The Bane wasn't needed because I rolled a 1 and a 2. Yeah, they both failed.
Okay. Damage.
They fail because of Bane. Come on.
Yeah.
Give me a bone. Throw me a bone.
Have a bone.
A Bane bone.
Give me a Bane. I also rolled pair 1.
Oh,
1
no.
damage, so they each take 5 damage.
Better than that.
Better than nothing, but not what I need when I'm the only attacker on the field. And then, yeah, you called it. I'm gonna go back.
Okay. Alright, I was gonna check some things about these. Can you roll for me 2d10, or 2d8, rather?
Sure. Grab my d8s, because I didn't bring them out, because I never rolled d8s. It's a 3 and a 4.
Okay. And so this one was 3. Remember, mark that so I remember. And then 4. Interesting. Okay. The damage you did against these 2 things, both of them kind of spark a little bit. It looks like they are malfunctioning a little bit. How that will manifest, you're not quite sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've used my action and my bonus action, so turn.
The ease at with which they started malfunctioning when taking damage, though, I'm not even going to make an insight check. No construct that's built for a solid defense should malfunction that easily.
Mhm.
Someone probably built a defect into these.
Okay.
All right. And then it would be avert. And then we'd be back up to tuppence. So before we get back up to tuppence, let's take a little break and see what's happening in the mirror. Elwyn,
Yes.
Najila comes back to you and says, well, Herevnir got the message to this Basil of yours, and he said something like, Vert, is that you? Why are you here? You shouldn't be here. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Thank you. Tell him we'll answer all his questions once we're out of here. And ask him if he knows anything about this place that could help.
All right, I'll pass it along.
Thank you.
Doesn't sound like a very solid plan is forming just yet. Just saying.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve, Hachira. Don't worry about it.
A few more minutes go by, and Najila comes back and says, so, this Basil person did know a little bit about this mirror that we're trapped in.
Great.
Apparently it's an artifact that he'd done some research on at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's a bit of a
Tinkerer.
Yeah, there's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 2 command words.
Right.
One to trap people in here.
Right.
One to release people. There's a bit of a trick to the second one.
I see.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily know what the trick is, just that the command word on its own isn't quite going to do it.
I see. Well, that would be helpful if I had connection to Embers. Never mind that. Can you also get a message to my companion who's on the other end of this line? Or would it be better if I asked Lausian?
Well, Lausian could pass it to Thorindil, and Thorindil is usually amenable. Messages going that way tend to die between Talandil and Izur. Those two do not get along.
Okay, so there's one more.
Thorindil. Thrandil. Thorindil, I guess.
A-N-D...
Thrandil. Thorindil. Yep.
Thorindil. Okay, so it goes from Lausian to Thorindil to Talandil, and Talandil hates Izur.
Izur. Yes.
And then
Izur should be right next to your friend. We could try passing it past this Basil, then it just has to go through a Cantha, and, oh, no, this direction won't work. The one past Acantha is quite bad.
Right. Got them all in order now. In my notes. I did it. Well, then if this Talandil person, would he be amenable even speaking to someone he hates if he knew it meant freedom for him from this place?
He might. He is one of the few in here that still maintain a shred of hope of escape.
Wonderful. Lausian?
What?
I need you to pass a message down the line for me. to this Alen'dal person.
What is the message?
Tell him my name is Lady Alen'dal of House Amelos. And I know that probably doesn't mean anything to him, but I'm here to break him and everyone else here out. I just need him to overcome his hatred of his neighbor, Ezor, and pass along a message for me.
I'll pass it along, but yeah, no guarantees. Alen'dal really hates what Ezor is with
Just
everything he has.
ask him if his hatred for Ezor is stronger than his desire to get out of here.
Lausian kind of nods, and you can see that he gets up to walk in the other direction, but he kind of stops and turns back to look your direction for a second and says, his hatred might be stronger, but I'll try.
All right.
Yeah, and he goes off, and you can hear him pass along the message, but you can't hear any response.
Okay, and then while he does that, I'll look at Najila and say, please pass along my thanks to Basil and tell him to hold tight.
Right, okay, that seems like a useful message for me to pass along.
Just,
I'm sure that Zycroft will be just delighted to be bugged by this.
please.
All right. Yeah, and she goes off, and you can hear her arguing with Zycroft. You can't hear Zycroft's responses, but it does sound like Zycroft is a little bit pissed off about being forced to pass along this message with no content.
Message. I'm going to sit down and
Cross my legs, sit cross-legged, and lay my staff across my lap, and place my fingers on my necklace and meditate for a few minutes. And I'm going to cast with my necklace commune.
Just looking up the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that Vert wants to do in the meantime? I know I kind of stuck you between the two annoying ones, but...
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, if Nihedon doesn't have any thoughts about how to get out of here, if we didn't have any help from the outside, then,
Nihedon's looking kind of backwards, like not left or right to either of the people talking to you. And he seems to be focusing.
okay, what's going on? What's over there?
I am trying to reach beyond the barrier of the mirror and see what happens in our absence.
Are you having success?
No.
I see.
grumpy.
Do you have is there something I can help you with this?
Lend me the strength of your will.
Okay.
Can you roll a charisma saving throw?
Sure. Is this something that I can choose to fail? Like, I'm not really sure. Can you?
I guess make it a charisma check. I want a high result here.
Okay, I'm like, because if he wants my help, I'll help him. But okay, I got you. Charisma check. Yep. Both my dice suck. Right. Alright. Yep. Still bad. 10.
Yeah. Nihedon, it like you can feel Nihedon like pull your will to him, and he's like trying to push both of your wills against the fog at the back of this cell that you're in, and the fog swirls just a little bit. And roll a perception check.
It's not gonna matter. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Make it nasty.
I mean, I haven't rolled above 10, so
He's having a night like I usually have.
yeah, I guess so. I'll trade places. Perception 13.
You think for a brief second you see a flash of color
Okay.
in the mist, but then it's gone.
Okay. So maybe.
We have failed.
Maybe we just try this a few times, and I'll.
Yeah, Naiadon seems to be getting frustrated.
I understand.
However, Elwyn, you were doing the commune spell?
Yes.
I meant to say I'm gonna give my inspiration to Ellen because I really enjoy her interactions with her neighbors.
I did put Elwyn between the two more social ones. It's true.
That worked.
Yeah, I had 2 open cells, and this is just where they happen to be. So, okay. You contact your deity. Which deity do you reach to?
Oh, I wasn't sure I had a choice.
Well, I mean, it comes from your necklace, but you can try to reach either one.
Jeez. Yeah, I was not aware that I had a choice. I just assumed that it would be one or the other.
It might be more likely to succeed if you reach for the one.
I mean, I think that she's watching videos of dogs not being able to jump out of pools. It's very cute. I think that because it's a spell that I'm casting using the necklace, and because one of the questions I'm asking is about the power that the Weaver gave me, I will be reaching out to the Weaver.
Okay.
Specifically.
You do feel a connection.
Weaver, if you're there, I need to know, if I use my power, would I be able to dispel the magic in this place? Am I powerful enough to do that? Can I cast dispel magic to get us out of here?
You feel kind of a tingling on the ground near you, almost as if like your senses have spread out to the ground around you. And then you hear a voice right by your ear, your left ear, and it just whispers, "No."
Do you have the power to get us out of here?
It has to be a yes or a no. Let's see.
If we work together.
From your, I guess it can be yes, no, or unclear on some assumption. From your right ear, you hear, after a brief pause, unclear. Make of that what you will.
Embers knew the code word to get us in here. Does she know the word to get us out?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, I have to pretend I didn't hear that.
I mean, you already knew you knew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you finish your spell and you open your eyes, you notice that on the gray stone, the flat gray stone, webs have formed radiating outward from you. And as you open your eyes, pale white spiders skitter away into the fog. And Najila comes back to you and says, or sorry, not Najila, Lausian comes back and says, "You're lucky Alen'dal's a hopeful bastard because he's willing to do it."
Thank you.
What's the message?
Tell Bert that I found his dad, and that we need to trust Embers, but that I have a backup plan.
Very well, I'll pass it along. And you can hear him go and whisper that message to Alen'dal. Vert, you and Naiadon are concentrating on trying to get a visual to the outside. Can you make another charisma check?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Oh boy. Oh, that's much better. Okay, great. That was a natural 1. And I was like, God, I saw a 1 and I'm like, oh, here we go. Charisma check. 18.
18. You take 4 points of psychic damage. If you have temporary hit points, this bypasses those and goes to your actual health.
Okay.
As you feel like actual energy being pulled from your body by Nyadon, who has just this angry, powerful desire to exert his will on the wall of this chamber. And you feel that energy flow from you into the wind nexus, and then it pushes outward from it like a blast of wind, and this time the mist responds, swirling and forming a circular, almost like a pane of glass. And through it, foggily, you can see the forms of Embers and Tuppence. Tuppence looks badly burned, and Embers is in a defensive stance against a set of advancing iron defenders, and behind them you can see Erias Greymantle. Embers, can you make a perception check?
Oh, yeah.
And also Tuppence, since Tuppence is there too.
19.
Natural 20.
Okay. Both of you can see that the mirror's surface shimmers and changes, and you can see Vert and Nyadon inside in this misty stone chamber. It looks as if they're focusing intently, trying to maintain this view, but you can see into the mirror and you can see them. Now, what Tuppence notices, Tuppence, what languages do you speak?
I think just Common and Sylvan.
Common and Sylvan. A symbol also appears on the mirror. Let's see, it's Vert's. So it is almost near the top, a little bit to the left. And it just appears there, like glowing in red for a brief moment, and then it vanishes.
Do I know what it says?
You don't know what it says. You've seen symbols like these, though. You can guess that it's a giant symbol.
Could I reproduce it?
Yeah, probably, with like an illusion or something.
Okay.
So that didn't allow us any sort of interaction. That was just, we could.
Do you want to try and say something?
See each other. Yeah. So I can see them?
Yeah, you can see them on the other side.
So I will look at them and be like, get the hell out of here! What are you waiting for?
You hear Vert shout from behind you, "Get us the hell out of here!"
I don't know how.
Use one of the words! Use the third one!
And then the portal vanishes. And Vert, you hear a noise as you kind of lose visual from your other side. You hear the sound of Izur's voice. And she says, "Someone really wants to get a hold of you. Supposed to tell you, Embers, something about trusting Embers, but if it fails, your friend has a backup plan."
Okay.
Hopefully
Thank
that
you.
means something
Thank
to
you for the message.
Because I had to communicate with someone who was utterly terrible to get that message to you.
I am sorry for what you had to experience. And that's how I feel
You
too.
said it, Sona.
That was a reveal.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you don't try to send anything.
I don't have anything else to do. Yeah, that's it.
After a minute, Elwyn,
Mm-hmm.
Lausian comes back and says, "Well, I delivered your message. Didn't get a response or anything, though."
Well, just because we convinced Alen'dal to communicate doesn't mean it's going to come back the other way. But thank you.
You're welcome.
I think for now, we wait.
Very well. We wait. Let's hop back to the combat. Top of the round is Tuppence.
Then Tubby will shout to Embers. Did you hear him? Maybe just say it. Maybe now. We need help too.
Can I respond, or did I have to wait till my turn?
You can respond. Yeah, you can have a quick conversation.
The only one we haven't tried is, and I said the Dwarven word for respect.
When you say that, 12 symbols light around the edge of the mirror, but nothing else happens. Do you speak Giant?
Not Giant, I speak
You
Dwarven.
do speak Dwarven, though.
Yeah.
And they share the same alphabet.
Mhm.
They're numbers around the ring.
Okay. I don't know which number. Pick a number at random and do it.
Wait, you saw my
You saw
number
the
appear.
number. You saw
Embers did.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
So
okay.
she can point
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. So I'll do Druidcraft, make that number.
Well, it's
So-
on
Just
the mirror now. You can
Yeah.
Oh, it's on
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They appeared. I thought they disappeared. Sorry.
Okay.
That one right there.
Respect number.
We will see what happens with that when your turn comes
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Tuppence, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Yeah. So conversation is not an action?
Nope.
Okay.
A
So,
quick conversation can happen as a free action.
okay. Great.
Huh?
So then I'll do Vicious Mockery. It's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm. Against
In the
Arias.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
And I'll say to him,
know where some
So
people
ring
are.
of waffle.
I don't know.
you know
I don't know.
what? You're the reason we have warning labels on everything. And it's a wisdom save. DC 6.
I rolled a 2. Arias is mocked.
Okay, so that's 7 plus 4 is 11.
Okay.
He's got disadvantage on the next attack.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Oh, I don't have to check it off. It's a cantrip. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, so-
Then the stone constructs come around.
I know where you are.
No.
5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. Mm-hmm. Do they have any kind of range?
It's so good we go. It just never worked.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's it. And then Arias, his turn comes around. He will come up here. And I'm going to give him disadvantage because Tuppence, I will give you... Actually, you probably have total cover behind this mirror because it's much bigger than you. So I'm going to say he can't target you. He will produce another set of bands and throw them at Embers.
Okay. My AC is higher. I just remembered that.
Because of the temp.
Because of the temp
As
HP.
long as you still have the temperature.
Yeah, I've still got. I haven't been touched at all.
Actually, hold on a second.
I have to drop pain if I try to heal myself. So
Why?
is that a word?
Doesn't matter. It's concentration.
No, it's
Yeah.
concentration. You can heal yourself.
Healing word is just
Mhm.
instant.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just
I'll do that
with
next
the
time.
C next to the.
Yeah, he will do the bands. Why not? Well, no, he won't. That's just dumb. He'll use a short bow,
Okay.
but he has not disadvantage this time.
No, not disadvantage. It's what, +2 to my AC?
22 to hit.
+3. No, yeah, these still hits.
Okay.
21. But I do get 2.
If you want to use your reaction.
Yeah. How much damage does it do?
9 piercing damage.
Yeah, I am going to use my reaction, so I don't have anything else to do with it. Reduced by 1d10. Oh, 1d10 plus 12, so just goes to nothing.
Oh yeah, because plus 12. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You can use another key point to throw it back at him if you want.
I'm not. I'm running a little low on key points, so
Okay.
I'm trying to save.
Then Elwyn's turn would come around, but you're in the mirror. Then it's Ember's, and you spoke.
I spoke respect and then the number.
Was he? We were trying to figure this out while you guys were. When you said the symbol that appeared for Bert, was it like at the 1 o'clock position on the
It was at the 11 o'clock
11
position.
o'clock, okay.
Yep.
Because you're saying one thing, but it's
Oh,
mirrored for
Yeah,
us.
it's mirrored for you. For
The
me,
mirror
this is
is
11.
mirrored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
he's at
sitting
11.
across from you.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Could I have inquired with Izor, like, how many people had to go through to get to me?
My message.
Yeah.
You could have Izor. Well, roll a persuasion check. We'll see
Okay.
if Izor would have given you that information.
Here we go. Oh, that's pretty good. The numbers are so hard to read. Let's see. Persuasion?
Yep.
One that I'm not proficient in. Let's see. It's like the only
Can
charisma
you
one
use
of them.
intelligence?
Can I use intelligence? It's still a 16.
Yeah, Izor does not answer you.
Okay, that's fine.
Izor's just a little done with this. So you spoke the word and then the number 11?
Yeah.
I believe, let me double check what that takes. It might take an action to do that.
Okay.
But Vert is going to appear.
Yes.
Oh, no. Just broke something.
I wouldn't know.
But I also don't know which direction the numbers go.
All I know is that the two people next to me
Are gonna be.
suck.
It does
Yeah,
take
yeah,
your
yeah.
action to speak the command word and release
Yeah.
someone.
I figured. This is why I was holding an action before, because usually command words do take an action to speak. Yeah, but that's worth an action. Absolutely.
Okay.
Vert, you and Nyadon feel that like pulling sensation, and you know you have just a second
Okay.
left in here.
See you later, Izor. I'm getting out of here.
What? How are you escaping?
You did.
How can this be?
Yeah, if you help me a little bit more, maybe you would too.
Free me! That's the last thing you hear as you leave. Okay. You appear outside and are now facing two of these stone defenders who are advancing with
My whole
Erias.
action goes off,
Yep.
which is
well,
gust of wind. I'm gonna try and push all these guys away from us. Actually, can I angle it and try and push some of them off the bridge?
Don't.
Depending on where I get placed outside the mirror, will that be possible? Or am I just like right there?
It's got to be a line 10 feet wide, so no, you couldn't really angle it.
And I can't like move.
Not on your held action.
That's okay. Then I will push them straight back.
Okay.
If possible.
Each creature that starts its turn in the line must make a strength save. Okay?
Does it not also push them?
Well, if they fail their strength
Oh, I
save,
see.
when they make
I
the
see.
save
Yes, that's what
at the
it is.
start
Okay,
of their
okay.
turn.
I thought I was mistaken. Sounds good.
Two of them are banged.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was Embers' turn.
Mm-hmm.
Vert, your turn comes around next, actually. Believe it or not.
Okay. I don't know the word, right?
No, because you don't speak Dwarven, do you?
No. Okay. Tell me what to say. Tell me how to do it. But, yeah, I'll say that, and then I'll also do something else. Because I don't know if we can have that exchange. And
I
can do
mean,
that.
next time Ember speaks the word, you can hear it, and then you can
Yeah.
repeat it.
You don't
Okay.
even know what numbers to go for next.
I'm just gonna try random numbers, because you found...
Do
I
you
need
speak
it?
giant or dwarven?
I speak primordial?
Primordial won't do the trick.
I can't just, like...
So I would also have to tell you the number.
But that's okay. That's something you could do on your turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know that. That's the
Well, I will-
solution,
Yes. I'm just kind of really wanting to know how to do this thing so we can get really out of here. Yeah, okay, so it's my turn. They're getting pushed possibly on their turn. You're full temp HP still?
Yeah, I haven't been hit.
You're not.
I've got 1 point left.
Gosh.
I was gonna heal myself on my next turn.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, I will... Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna use my movement
Mhm.
to fly around to Adrix and try and grab Adrix from
Okay.
the steel defender.
Make an athletics check.
Got a better chance than I
I'm
did.
gonna use my intelligence for this
Never stops being.
because that's one of the things that I can do.
So you haven't really explained what that looks like. In my mind, it's
Okay,
like
let me.
your artifice comes to life and like helps you pull.
So what I thought it would be is that he has his arcane armor that he uses as his artificer, as his armor artificer, and he imbued it with an ability so that he can basically toggle some magic within it to strengthen his limbs.
That makes sense.
And so he's using essentially his, inventor's and tinker's intelligence
To augment his strength.
to augment the strength.
Works for me.
But I like just saying I'm gonna use my intelligence because it's funnier that way.
What's your roll?
Let's roll it. I don't have. You didn't give me inspiration, right?
No,
Yeah.
Elwin has it right now.
This. Okay. Let's see. That is 19.
You pull Adrix free.
Okay, so I will do that, and I will fly
How
away.
much movement do you have with fly?
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 more to go that way.
Left?
Yeah.
Like straight to the wall?
Yes.
Okay.
And pull Adrix with me.
When you go to leave its threat range, the Clockwork Stone Defender will try to attack you.
Okay.
And I rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
Uh, 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And you are knocked prone.
That's awkward.
What happens when a flying creature is knocked prone, Zach?
I know exactly what
Oh,
happens.
no.
We start falling.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Slow Fall. Or
Uh,
Feather Fall, rather.
can you get...
I can get multiple people.
Alright, so you can get yourself and Adrix.
Just for kicks and grins, I'm going to cast on everyone, all of my friends.
Sounds
just because
good.
I have enough to target
Sounds
everybody.
good.
Well, wait. Did you still have pixie dust on you though?
Oh yeah, we do. Does that still...
I don't know if Adrix.
It doesn't stop you from falling if you get knocked
Yeah.
prone.
Okay.
You were already flying. You're just
Yeah, I have multiple ways
Yeah.
of flight,
Right.
so...
Okay. That's
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so let me...
Yeah, so you start to fall, and with like a quick word, your armor like glows and
Yeah.
it starts to levitate and keep you in space.
And then with my bonus action, I will cast my temp HP on myself because I just lost it in Tuppence, and then Embers again, even though you're
yeah.
in Adrix, because, or I guess I'll just cast on the 3 of us, Adrix,
Yeah.
Tuppence, and myself.
Okay.
So we all have 15 temp
And
HP.
we don't lose it when you recast it, right? We still have
Nope.
that.
How many feet per round does it say you drop when you cast Featherfall?
Let me look.
I believe it's 60.
I think you're right. But I will check.
However many feet it is, you're that many feet down.
That's okay.
Don't forget that.
I will not.
The point was to get the Adrix out of the way, so.
Yeah.
Do I fall immediately, or
It's immediate, but then
Okay,
you catch
got it.
yourself and you descend
Got it.
60 feet.
which? Let's see. You take when your character within 60 feet of falls. Descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. Yep.
So you and Adrix have fallen 60 feet. Next turn, you'll be able to spend half your movement to stand up, and then you can fly again.
Such a weird.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I don't know if the air
I'll
quotes
just-
were heard on the recording, but stand up.
So I'll just shout back as we're falling. We're okay, don't worry.
Tuppence, your turn comes around.
Tuppy, you do know the command word to drop these people if you want to use it.
To send all the people falling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It was the same word Embers used to activate the bridge, I think.
okay. That's cool. So Tubby will go. We'll see that Adrix is free, and she'll try to say it as best she can.
Okay. It's not language you speak,
She heard it.
but you heard it,
Like,
and you're a bard, and that's good auditory. So make a charisma check. Get above a 10, and we'll say you can replicate the command word.
Oh boy.
13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The bridge shimmers out of existence.
Yes.
And as it does, the stone defenders plummet. Adrix remains standing in space.
Alright.
Or sorry, Arias, yes. I don't know why I keep getting their names confused. And as you look, you can see that there is a single square of bridge under his feet. And he just says, "You did not think you could turn my own prison against me so easily, did you?"
It hasn't been a challenge so far.
And can I use my bonus action then
Yes, you can use a bonus action.
to tell members, "Come on, you got this." Bonus some bardic inspiration.
Thank you. That's a D8 for me.
It is.
I'm just going to
Yes.
delete
Okay.
this. I'm not going to draw the bridge under Adrix. Just know it's there.
Yeah.
The two stone defenders plummet out of sight, well past Vert and Adrix, sparking as they go. Cool. Good turn, Tuppence. There's no more Clockwork Defenders. Arias' turn comes up, and he will stride forward onto the platform. With each step he takes, the bridge extends in front of his feet. He doesn't even look down as he does it. The bridge just forms in front of him. And as he sets foot on the platform with heavy strides, face to face with Embers, though you tower above him.
Yeah, it is sort of. It must be sort of weird for him to see this like dwarven woman, like way out of proportion for a dwarf.
Yeah, like up to this point, you've been doing those acting
Yeah.
tips of like hunching and trying to make yourself look small, and that's been working. But
Yeah.
you're not maintaining that anymore,
Yeah.
so you are towering above him, and he just looks up at you and says, "Now you die, Sergeant." And he unsheathes that great sword, and will make some attacks.
Oh boy. That's your AC.
Oh no, I rolled really poorly.
Good.
He's supposed to be menacing.
Anything.
Yeah, we're scared.
Theatrically.
2 misses.
Cool.
Because you definitely have higher than 16. So. Cool. Elwyn, you're still in the mirror.
Mhm.
Ember, it's your turn. Comes
Is there any chatter coming down the line after we're sucked out, or can we sense that someone left?
He's sort of like, how do you get him back?
I mean, I know I can't hear anything that far down, but like, since we've been
you
communicating in chains.
You do see Lausian kind of rush to the other side of his cell.
Mhm.
And then he comes back to you and he says, "I don't know what your friend did, but somehow he's out.
Okay,
That means we're next."
one of us will be.
And Najila kind of pipes up and says, "Now remember, if you do get me out, I do reward those who help me.
I'm gonna get you both out. I promise.
Get me out, get me safely out of this prison, and get these shackles off of me. And I can give you everything you desire."
I'm gonna hold you to that. I just want allies.
Okay. So that's what happens on Elwyn's turn. Embers, you're up.
I'm going to make 2 attacks against Arias. I don't get a bonus to my attack rolls from this, do I?
Oh, yeah, I think you do.
Oh, I do.
I think it's like a +3.
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
I mean, go ahead and do the rolls, I'll tell you
Yeah.
in a sec.
Okay.
See, I gave Zach an overpowered ability, but it overpowers all of you.
Yeah.
It's
the idea.
Yeah, more hopeful. It's helpful for everybody.
Well,
We're backward after all.
we're all rolling bad tonight.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, bardic inspiration.
I do have Bardic Inspiration. Does a 17 hit?
Misses.
Okay, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on this. So I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
Wait, that was a D6. I have a D8. Sorry.
Oh, phew.
That was an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. So 1 miss and then 1 hit. That is going to be 7 bludgeoning damage, magical. And I'm going to get him to make a charisma or a Constitution saving throw.
He actually fails, even though he has a high bonus. But I will use Indomitable to reroll.
He has 2.
Sure.
16?
Just about what I.
Does he faint?
He does
He
not.
does not.
Yeah, he used his last inaudible to get out of the thing. So
Um,
now he's used it twice.
Yep. Who knows how many of those he's got?
I
He's got to be running low.
It was my turn again.
Yeah.
Oh, I did use my reaction. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I think the reason Embers missed the first time is because she's fighting Arias one-handed,
Mm-hmm.
and the other hand is like held out to Vert, and she's calling out 1, 2, 3, 4, holding fingers up each time and like shouting numbers and dwarven.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay. Vert, it's your turn. If you want to try and make use of those numbers, I need an intelligence check of over 10.
Can I use my
You can use your intelligence. Please do.
In fact,
By all means.
Alright, I got 12 on the dice.
Okay, then you can mimic those numbers you heard.
Do we know the, go ahead.
I'm just trying to clarify for myself and maybe the listeners. You can only do one command and one number at a time, or can you do multiple?
One command and one number at a time.
Okay.
How close do I have to be to interact with this thing?
That's something I was going to test
Also-
at the beginning of the session, and I did not get
Also-
a chance.
I know we forgot to do this. Did Arias make a strength save for gust of wind?
Oh, you're right. He didn't.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. This is you got to remind me about these.
I forgot.
What is your DC?
Let's find out. I don't know if it had its own DC or if it was my spell save DC. I forgot to look.
It's
Gust of
probably
wind.
your spell save
It's
DC.
it says 16.
Rolled a 10. He's got a strength save of more than enough to pass.
So he still has to spend. It's still difficult terrain for him.
He still had
I
enough
think he only had to
movement.
move like 10 feet anyway.
He still had enough movement to get.
All right, I tried.
So it's even cooler as he's taking those steps, forming the bridge in front of his legs. He's pushing
More
through the
badass.
wind. His beard is blowing back. Determination in his eyes. No one escapes from Greymantle Penitentiary.
Okay. Yeah. So
Wait, that was... Because I did 2 attacks. I haven't used a bonus action yet.
So wait, sorry, I don't know if I missed this, but how close do I have to be to the mirror?
You don't know.
Okay. And then I'm gonna have a quick thing with Adric saying, you have to do this too, this command word thing, so get ready for it.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, you said I have to stand up, and then I can move. So I can move 30 feet back, but I'm 60 feet down.
So
Right?
you'd now be
Sorry.
30 feet down.
So I have to be 30. Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna have to dash.
It's still my turn, sorry.
Oh, I thought it was my turn.
I did think it was your turn, but I
My
guess
bad.
Embers still had more.
I'm sorry. I
Then
missed
no,
that.
it's my
Yeah.
turn. I moved the turn along, but Nick
Yeah.
wasn't done.
Yeah, I realized I didn't use my bonus action. So I'm going to throw one more punch.
Okay.
Does 19 hit?
It does.
All right.
Just.
Then he's got to make one last Constitution save. I'm out of points.
14.
Misses.
Last Indomitable. You really did not want to be stunned.
Indomitable?
He has 3.
We burned through all of them.
Passes.
We burned through all of them.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Crazy.
He's big and bad.
Yeah.
Okay. End of Embers' turn. Before we move on to Vert, I'm going to remember to use his legendary actions that I've been forgetting about. He is going to make a weapon attack against Embers.
Okay.
That's a natural 1. Screw you, Arias. Alright, Vert's turn.
I agree.
So now I'm going to, I guess, move and dash, because I don't have...
Command word's an action, though.
I know, I don't think I have a way to get up
Yeah.
there in range.
So you
without
can
dashing.
you can go another 60, which means
So I can get back up to the platform.
Yep.
Wait, that makes-
you want to go on the
I'm-
platform?
Sorry?
Do you want to go on the platform?
I don't know, I kind of do, I kind of don't. Yeah. Let me see if I have anything.
But it seems like Ember shouted it way from way over the other
60 feet? I mean,
No, we were all on the platform next to it. I mean, you
Sorry.
could try and
Sure.
shout from far away.
okay. The other thing I could do, if not dashing, is I could. I'm guessing Arias is wearing metal of some kind. I could do heat metal.
He is wearing metal armor. Yep.
And he's got a nasty metal sword.
And he's got a ton of hit points and nowhere to put them.
Yeah, no one's really been doing
Is
damage.
Adrix doesn't have pixie dust, does he?
No, because he didn't fly across.
I didn't. Speaking of, we were talking about we haven't been doing damage, and then I realized I didn't do damage on my last attack.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. The stun was the more critical thing.
It's 7 bludgeoning damage. Nope, 6 bludgeoning
Okay.
damage, which is the minimum I can do.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's taken much at all yet. He's like shrugging off each
Yeah.
blow so far.
Yeah, actually, let's just move half my movement, and then I'll do heat metal on Arias.
Okay, so you're still...
I'm still not on the platform. I'm a little worried that he can speak the command word to pull us all in, and then we're kind of donezo, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's a thing that I have also been thinking about and
Yeah.
intended to test
But-
at the start of the session, but
yeah, and he's not stuck, right? He uses
Nope.
Indomitable to...
yeah,
So,
he failed twice.
anything else for your turn then, Bert?
let's see, that's action, movement. I have a bonus action that I can't really do anything with, so I guess that's it.
Tuppence' turn comes around. What do you want to do, Tuppence?
Okay. Since I got temporary hit points.
You're still at 1, but you have temporary, right?
Right.
Realized I should have updated your token.
But it's a cone. If I peek around the corner, can I hit Arias without hitting embers in a cone?
With a cone? Yeah, if you came to here, yeah, you could do that.
Okay, so I'm going to cast color spray.
Tell me what it does.
At 3rd level, and a dazzling array of flashing colored lights spring from my hand. 60-10 is the total of how many hit points the creature the spell can affect. 15-foot cone.
So before you cast it, this affects a number of hit points.
Mhm.
Arias does look like he has a ton of hit points left, so it's
So-
unlikely this will...
So
Nothing.
So the way these spells work, it has to bring them down to 0 for it to affect?
So
No.
it's not going to do damage, but you know how with the sleep spell, you affect, for example, you roll 3d8, and on that 3d8, say you rolled 10 hit points, right? The sleep spell would then put 10 hit points worth of creatures to sleep. So if one creature has 5 hit points and another has 3, it would put those 2 to sleep, and then if another has 5, that one has 2.
Okay, so it won't affect it.
This one works the same way.
Okay. Because it has too much. Alright, well then let's just do a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers and see if we can hurt him that way.
Could run down the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Be great. Run
Um,
into the wind.
What kind of save is it?
it is Wisdom Save, DC 16.
He's not the wisest
Run
of
like the
boys,
wind.
is he? Oh, God. It's still a failure. That is 9. 9.
Okay. 3d6.
And he's got to run as far away from Tuppence as he
Mhm.
can.
Okay,
It
so
does.
3d6 psychic damage plus.
Well, is that after bumping up with the higher level?
That's what I'm saying. Plus 1 for each level, so it's 5d6.
Great.
Come on! All 6s. Oh man! This is ridiculous tonight. As far as
last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it is. We've lost the mandate of heaven.
9 psychic damage.
That's like
Below
you can do
average.
Nothing.
Way below.
And then he has to use his reaction to run away?
Yep.
Okay. He can do so, and I think Embers can punch him as he goes.
Yep.
Yeah, does a 17 hit?
You get
No.
+3.
I
You did it. Okay.
So you said no?
17 misses.
Okay. Yeah, I rolled that like it was really bad.
Man.
Um.
I'm sorry.
So
I
you
get
said-
2 more d6.
Wow.
Because it's... No, that's right.
Okay.
Sorry. It calculated it for me.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
one more D8, and then one more D8.
So-
I know, I remember it.
That was fast. That was
Okay, but
It's so
I
good,
might as
too.
well use them. I have another bonus action, Bardic Inspiration, and this time I will give it to 60 feet away. Bert?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can get
Okay,
Yeah.
to Bert. Bert! We gotta rescue! We gotta rescue Owen! We're gonna do this! I
Yeah.
think we're gonna make it! Bardic Inspiration.
All right.
Okay.
Um.
Is that the end of Tuppence's turn?
I'll duck back behind the mirror though.
Okay. I am going to use one of his legendary actions to target Vert. And he just stares daggers at you and says, "This room will be your grave, I swear it." And he uses Frightened Foe. Can you make a wisdom saving
Oh
throw?
boy.
Okay.
You're gonna use your intelligence though, right?
I will not. I know.
Well, you got Bardic Inspiration now.
Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Does Bardic Inspiration work for saving throws?
Yep, does.
Yep.
Okay, I might need to do that. Let's see. Oh, it was right here. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna do it.
It's a D8. Not you, because I did it wrong.
It's only a 2. Oh, it's only a 13.
18 total.
Yeah.
You are frightened until the end of his next turn.
So is that I can't move closer to him?
And
But I
you
can still move.
disadvantage while he's in line of sight on attack rolls, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
You can move up, but you
I
can't move
will.
closer.
I'm gonna move towards you.
Well, it's not your
Well, it's
turn
not your
yet.
turn.
On my turn. Yeah, I know.
That was Tuppence's turn. There's no Clockwork Stone Defenders. It's then his turn, and he is going to move back. Because he can do that now, right? Distant Whispers doesn't stop him.
No.
He has to make a saving throw for gust of wind.
Is it still going?
It is still going.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I didn't drop it, and it's difficult terrain. Even if he makes the save.
What is the DC?
16.
16. Oh, he just fails.
So he tries to move forward, or I guess before he even moves. Hang on a second.
Yeah, he gets pushed back how many?
Let's see. 15 feet.
You can knock your opponent, just push.
Be pushed 15 feet away.
Okay. He is thrown back by the wind as he tries to, walk into it, and he just says, "Fine." And he instead will pull out another vial and jam it into his neck.
Oh no.
And he looks straight at Vert.
Oh no.
Oh,
Let's see.
no. Logics is not going to survive this.
Well, Adrix is falling still.
Adrix
Right?
is
They're not-
with Vert.
Oh, did you grab
I'm
him?
holding
oh.
onto him.
Well, I
Um,
thought Revivify.
Did he take
So
damage
that
from
was
heat metal?
So yeah.
no. So
I've
you
got
can
lots
you
of
can
spell
definitely
slots.
give me
I've really
that.
casted.
And he doesn't want to drop what he's holding, I'm guessing?
No.
His metal objects?
Tuppence, you've got cover. You don't have to make this save. Embers, you are going to have to.
Okay.
It's 8 fire damage.
That he just takes because of heat metal. Cool. He doesn't seem too bothered by it.
Do we get bonuses?
Oh,
to
he's
this
got
thing?
resistance to fire. I'm gonna give him 4 of those back. Okay. So I need dex saves from Vert, Adrix, and Embers.
Dirty 20.
Okay, let's see if I got anything for this. It's not my turn, so that could be a reaction. I don't think I have anything for this. Okay. Is it a cone?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
He's breathing.
He's breathing. Oh, that's not bad. Let's see here. Dex save, huh?
Yep.
Plus 1 or plus 2. Okay, so that's 18? No. Higher than that. But, yeah, 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. 20s just pass. Adrix also manages to pass.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Let me double check. He rolled an 18. Let me make sure. Oh, no, he doesn't have a dex bonus. Sorry for the fake out there.
No, he
Adrix,
does. He gets plus 3 from me, so...
Oh, yeah.
So he gets 21 and does manage to pass.
Yeah.
Yay.
'cause he has 5 HP.
Oh yeah.
Embers, you're going to take no damage.
But yeah, still.
You flip up above the cone of it. The other two, you and Adrix, are going to take 22 points of damage. And how much does he have of temporary? Okay, so it burns through that.
Yep.
He takes 7 beyond it. 22 points of fire damage.
You gotta make a concentration check.
Yes.
Yep. Let's see. 10?
10, let's see, it was...
Can I...
Did it go from the damage you took, or what came off your hit points? I guess it'd be the damage you took. So you needed an 11.
Okay, so maybe I'll use Flash of Genius then to get myself plus 4. I also realized that if I cast Heat Metal, then I drop Gust of Wind.
Oh.
So maybe... Gosh, I don't know what we should do. Because we just used both.
Let's just have Gust of Wind be done now.
Okay,
We can
that's
just
fine.
have Heat
That's
Metal on
fine.
him for now.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine. We
So,
can have both
I'll
of those
use Flash of Genius. Let me just make sure that I'm pretty sure it's a reaction, but I'm not sure. And then, yep, 1 reaction. Ability check saving throw. You can have plus 4, so I'll use that. And I'll pass my save.
Okay. And he just surveys the room and says, "None of you is getting out of here. I swear it on all my forefathers." And with that, you hear a roar come from elsewhere in the prison.
Oh boy.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's
We
episode.
didn't even finish the round.
I know, but it's 8:30. It's bedtime for Claire. So
I was okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, I would keep going, but
No, it's fine.
thank all of you for playing. Thank you to Claire for being good during the episode. And thank you, obviously, to all of you who came to watch. We'll pick up with more of this Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
Like,